Hi guys, how are you doing? So I have just finished watching qualifying and Charles Leclerc has claimed pole position and it is a Ferrari lockout. We have Charles Leclerc 1 and we have Sebastian Vettel 2. Lewis Hamilton securing that third spot and then Valtteri Bottas coming in at fourth. And so Ferraris, they have looked strong all weekend and they have managed to get their first front row lockout of the season so far. It was just a dominating performance. I think what was the gap between Ferrari in the end? It was about 0.6 of a second in the end. So a really dominating performance, and it was a really great lap from Leclerc, although Vettel locked up on his last hot lap. So we don't know how close he might have been, only just finishing ahead of Lewis Hamilton, that third position. But guys, I think we'll now go through from Q1 through to Q3 with Leclerc obviously claiming that pole, like I said. So in Q1, we had Robert Kubica on the first out lap, I believe. His engine went up in smoke, quite literally, and he was out of Q1. So very disappointing there, and a little bit worrying for Mercedes in terms of this engine upgrade, according to Lewis Hamilton, was meant to be more of a reliability update, but he has. But they had Robert Kubica go up in smoke today, and they also had Sergio Perez go up in smoke yesterday in FP2. So that isn't good for them. Also going out in Q1, we had George Russell, Danny Kvyat, the shock of Carlos Sainz, and Pierre Gasly. But McLaren have struggled all weekend and with pace, haven't really looked as quick as they have done in before the summer break. So yeah, he goes out, and so with his 5 grid penalty anyway for the engine, it has put him at the back. Then we had Giovinazzi at the end of Q1. He also had an engine failure as well. So although his time was quick enough to get him through to Q2, he wasn't able to post a time in there, obviously, because his engine was out. So Q2 then, so like I said, Giovinazzi, he was 15th. Alexander Albon having to go from the back with his engine upgrade anyway. He pushed all the way back there, but he was 14th. Lance Stroll, he also was 13th. I think he did have the pace to get through into Q3, but they weren't going to risk it because he has to start from the back anyway. But the Racing Points have looked strong all weekend and probably their best performance for a while. And obviously Lance Stroll, on merit, getting out of Q1 is an achievement for him. Lando Norris, 12th. So like I said, McLaren's really struggling for pace here. Yeah, not necessarily a great performance for them. And Romain Grosjean in the Haas was the last person to go out in Q2. Q3, we had Kevin Magnussen. He was 10th, quickest. Then Sergio Perez, like I said, the Racing Points looking strong this weekend. Kimi Raikkonen has put in very strong laps, put in a very good lap in Q2 and carried on that form into Q3, finishing 8th fastest. Then the Renaults, and although, yeah, both Renaults have a grid penalty this weekend, they looked very strong, with Ricciardo finishing 6th and Hülkenberg 7th. So that was a really good performance. They needed a strong showing in this first session after the summer break. Let's see how well they can do in the race tomorrow. 5th was Max Verstappen. The Red Bulls have comfortably been off the pace of the Mercedes and Ferraris all weekend. So I wouldn't expect Max Verstappen to finish much higher than 5th, if at all, in the race tomorrow. But we all know in the race, anything can happen. You can't rule it out. But on merit, they are struggling. So like I said, Valtteri Bottas was then 4th, with Lewis Hamilton 3rd. The Mercedes being behind the Ferraris on pace-wise all weekend, and they weren't able to get that gap. I don't know if they did use their kind of almost party mode that they tend to use in qualifying, because that aforementioned engine issues they were having with partner teams who use their engine, with Kubica's obviously setting a light and Sergio Perez's. Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc then obviously finished it. So yeah, can Ferrari actually get a win and secure it this season? Because they have done so much in terms of mucking up strategy and driver mistakes. They first lock out that front row. Can they actually get the job done on the Sunday? I'm really excited to see how this goes. Obviously, last year's race was really positive for Sebastian Vettel. It was his last win actually in an F1 car. So can he do it this year, guys? Or will Leclerc get that first ever win in the Ferrari? I see Kids Loves F1 is very excited by the fact that it's a Ferrari front row. I guess your man, Sebastian Vettel, you're hoping gets the win tomorrow. But it's really exciting. Probably, like I said, that's a roundup of qualifying, guys. If you hadn't seen practices yesterday, there wasn't too much to handle. Obviously, Ferrari locked out all sessions in FP1, 2, and 3. You had some funny incidents with Lance Stroll's engine cover going off in FP1 yesterday. FP2, obviously, Sergio Perez's car setting a light. And FP3 today, we had Hamilton crashing, I think, without Kubica's red flag. In Q1, it might have been touch or go whether Mercedes could have actually got Hamilton out in time, because he did have a big crash into the wall. So yeah, that wasn't good for him. Phone's going a little bit crazy there. Sorry for that buzzing in the background. So yeah, I think that pretty much rounds up anything. First time we've ever done a live stream on the channel, so I'm not sure once we end this stream, it's just a video to watch anyway. So if you are watching afterwards and like not live, which we are now, make sure you comment below. Are you excited for the Ferrari front row? Do you think the Ferraris are finally going to get that race win this year? Yeah, he's going to get a good slipstream on Leclerc, is he? I can see that. I mean, it's sometimes a benefit to start second, because you don't have that pressure. You can get that slipstream, like you said, and can he get up Rouge and get past him there like he did on Hamilton last year? But guys, yeah, comment below. Do you think Ferraris are going to actually get this? Maybe a 1-2 tomorrow as well. I think I predicted Vettel to win, Hamilton to come second, and Leclerc third. But on this showing, it might be a Ferrari 1-2 with Leclerc getting that first win. But yeah, be interesting to see, guys. Anyway, yeah, first time gone live. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll try it a few more times, probably with me and Ash in the future. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you do. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click that bell notification to keep up to date with all our latest content. Hope you enjoyed qualifying, guys, and I cannot wait to watch the race tomorrow. You F1 fans, keep racing.